evening. I'm Sean Maroney. Lawmakers are currently deciding who should oversee coal ash cleanup in our state.
And I'm Sharon Tazwell. Right now, Duke has to dig up all of its sites, but they're fighting to change that. CBS North Carolina Investigates Jonathan Rodriguez has an inside tour of one site they don't want dug up.
Welcome to Duke Energy's Roxboro plant, just south of the Virginia line. This site houses about 34 million tons of ash and generates more every day while producing electricity. Of course, one of the big topics when you're talking about coal ash is beneficial reuse. How can we recycle this coal ash? We know it can be used in concrete, but one of the things that's not really talked about a lot is gypsum. What you see here behind me, this plant actually produces thousands of tons every single day, and it's shipped right next door to this plant that actually turns it into drywall.
We sell that. We have the opportunity to sell that at our sites. It's really a function of the demand of the wallboard industry, how much gypsum they end up taking.
But it's only a tiny fraction of the ash stored here. The rest has to be cleaned up. Now, under the currently proposed rules, Duke Energy would have to excavate all of its sites, including this one in Roxboro. But to give you an idea of how big of a job that would be, I'm currently standing on 14 million tons of ash that sits on top of millions of tons more in a basin underneath. In fact, 20% of all the ash in the state is stored right here, and it's why Duke Energy wants to see this site capped in place.
This is the most extreme method for closure that can be selected for these sites. We don't see that it matches with the science that we're seeing at our sites. Our science in many cases indicates that this material could be capped safely in place.
It's one of 10 sites that for now would have to be dug up by 2024.
So in 8 years, moving 34 million tons. If you think in terms of a 20 tons per a typical dump truck, that's 1.7 million dump truck loads.
So the company is supporting Senate Bill 71, which could change that, reinstating an independent coal ash management commission that would decide how the ash must be handled. And at sites like this one in Roxboro, Duke says moving the ash would do more harm than good. Is that even possible?
You know, it's going to be a monumental challenge for the company if we're forced to excavate ash from all of our sites. It's going to have a significant impact on communities, not even just communities where plants are, but communities where we would have to take this ash, as well as cost for every customer in North Carolina.
In Roxboro, Jonathan Rodriguez, CBS North Carolina.